Hello. Hi, this is Kristi on the Mosaic Shaman. We're going to grout this piece that I did a while ago. It's been sitting outside. I was waiting for it to be cool enough to grout, but it's just been way too warm and I want to get it done. So I'm going to dust it off really good because it has been sitting outside and I want to make sure that I get the dust off of it. Living in Arizona, there's a lot of sand. So I'm going to be using this black grout again. I'm going to do this piece black and I'm going to do this poly blend grout. No sand. I like the lines that it creates. Now, I may have some problem in some big areas here, as I said before, because this is really, shouldn't be used on anything over an inch wide. In some places may be that. But I'm going to go with it, because most of the pieces are less and in within the size they need to be. I put water inside before I put the grout. And then I add one scoop at a time because I want to mix it up, get all this out of there. I know I'm spilling some on here, but that's okay. We're in a tight spot. Usually I have much more room, and we're going to be wiping that off anyway. It's the same color grout that's going to go on the table. It's the same color the table is, so I wanted to just keep with that pattern because I want to fill in the spaces so it will be flat and I can use it, but I like the black behind it, and since the glass was black. So I want to get this to the consistency of cookie dough. Now I do it one scoop at a time and stir it so that it doesn't get too many air bubbles or too clumpy. I scoop a little at a time so that it doesn't get too thick, which I may have just done right now. Got it just a little bit too thick. So I'm going to really mix this up and see what we got here. Taking it off the piece for safety. That's really, you don't want to break that glass. Now be careful because it is glass I'm working with here. If I was using a large bucket, what I would do is use a drill bit with a blender end on it, a large mixer end. Okay, so I've got it to the consistency I want. Did you see that? It's just a little bit runny, but not too much. Sometimes I do a little thicker, and that's how much I want this one to be, because the table is kind of hot. And I got my water over here. I know you can't see that, but that's right. I got my sponge. Now my sponge has two sides. This is a rougher side. I'm going to use it for a different thing, but I'm going to scoop it up on the smooth side. And some people use a spatula. Like I said, they'll use a ceramic spatula to do it. I'm going to use the sponge. So what I'm going to do is this is going to take 2 layers, and I can already see how that it's going to do that because it's dropping down pretty deep and it's a big piece. So what it means is I'm going to grout it, let it dry, and then grout it again. So as you can see, I'm not leaving it on there thick, but I'm taking the other side and going like this. I kind of want to look and make sure there's no clumps in this. This seemed to have a little bit of clumps in it today, so it may be that it's the grout has a little clumps. So I'm going to cover the whole entire piece, and then I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll come back and show you how we're going to dry it off. But at this point, I just kind of want to leave it here after I just go through, and I don't leave a heaviness on there, but I leave it. I don't clean off the glass right now. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this piece. I'm so excited about this piece. By the way, I found this piece of glass out by the garbage, and I found a Tupperware little stand that fits it just right by a different garbage dumpster. Not that I go garbage diving, it just happened to be in the alleyway in my dumpsters. People were throwing it out when they were doing the trash that they do twice a month, and I thought this would be a great tabletop, so I brought it in and I did glass on glass. You can see some of it had mesh. I had already created some of these mandalas, and I thought, well, that's perfect, they'll go on here. And then I wanted to accent it with the blue glass that I glued directly to the glass. And there are some videos and stuff you can go and see how I did that. So I'm going to wash my hands off a little bit, turn the camera off, and you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish doing this. You know, there's so many things that can be made out of trash that people think is one person's trash is another person's treasure, right? And I call it trash to treasure because I see the potential, and I hope you see the potential in yourself and others to create beautiful, beautiful art. And I see the potential in something someone has thrown out. Namaste. I'll come back with the video too.